Okay, good morning, everybody. This is Momin at Momin's Art, and today is the eighth session of the spring classes in watercolor with different subject matter: seascape, cityscape, and landscape. So I cover most of the classes. Even I go twice with the Seascape, and this is the second class of the Seascape in spring. And let me just check a few things. Okay, all right, good. Everything's working fine. So this is the eighth class of the spring session, and most likely I will be doing another class next week with the rural landscape, and then we will finish this segment of classes, and we're going to get into the summer, and I will announce the summer session subject matter, that what we're going to paint in. I will most likely keep the watercolor and the acrylic together in the summer, so we can do the both medium in the summer. So today is the let me put the picture on the screen that what we're gonna paint. So this is the rural seascape reference. This is from Pakistan, Karachi. This is a nice old town. The boats are mostly made by hands, and but the boats are you see in the background. They are made by fiberglass, I believe, but they are being customized what they need. And so the reason I bring this reference today, so it requires a little bit drawing and sketching skills. If you don't have, you can watch me. I draw this painting already because it's a little bit complicated. It's a more like an intermediate user. So if you are a beginner, just watch, because most of the stuff in this painting is I'll be working on wet into wet, and then finally when I finish wet into wet, I will most likely dry the painting with a dryer, and I will work wet on dry. So because I need there's a lot of small details in that painting, and I will show you some tricks also how to render the the beach also. You can see there's a pebbles on the beach, and ropes, pebbles, how you create the texture. Very easy. You don't need to go in a very fine detail here. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, let's start the painting, and let me put this away from here. And my throat is like a little bit bothering me today. So let's take this picture smaller. Sorry about that. Okay, where's my, actually here. Okay, so I sketched it. I sketched this painting. So anytime you go and start the painting, always remember, I always tell everybody in every class that you should plan your painting before you paint, right? A lot of people get excited and they try to paint everything what they see in the reference. So a little bit careful when you start the painting. You don't want to paint everything what you see in the painting. You should simplify your reference before you start painting and drawing and whatever you do. But just be careful when you go and like see that boat here. I moved this boat a little bit in the middle. I minimize these boats here on the right side, left side, and I put some like a village or something on the background, background, because there's a very small. It was something there, but I like to create some atmospheric perspective, right? So I sketched some few things here, and I changed the structure of the board. There's two people. I kept it, as is, because I need to control some light also. I need to bring some contrast in my painting. So that would be, I will most likely keep the white of the paper here and create these figures and that boat, and yeah, and some reflection in the water also. So pay attention when I come to the point at the uh, drawing this boat with watercolor, and I will create some reflection in the water also. And these pebbles and everything, I will do some spatter and everything. Okay, so let's start the painting, and let's recap a little bit. Let me talk about the supplies first, what I'm using, so everybody know what kind of paper. This is a Fabriano 120 pound cold press rough surface. That's what I use. 90% of my paper is this. So I use this, and then I use the Rosemary and Co brushes. You can see that's the brushes I use most of the time. But these are all beautiful Rosemary and Co brushes. I use sometimes the Escora brushes also that I have for spattering the small stuff, because this brush is kind of nice. It doesn't, see that it's very stiff, and it doesn't. Uh, if I look at this brush, see, right? It's a squirrel brush. So what happened, made by Rosemary and Co. So it doesn't retain its shape, right? Like if you bend it, it stays the same, even though you try to. You need to force it to keep it straight, right? But here, these brushes, they are keep it. You go back to this very springy, right? Like acrylic, or the other brushes, though it can be used for watercolor also. So today I brought these Fumi brushes. I bought it from Amazon. Fumui. They're decent brushes. Price wise, if you look at it, it's very decent. These are synthetic brushes. So I'm going to try these brushes today. I give it some try to these because they've been sitting with me for a long time. They're all round brushes, and they're number 14, 8. And if you look at it, that's a closer look. Number 14. Nice. It's a decent brushes. It's not bad because these are all synthetic brushes, right? There's no natural hair in it. So let's put this on the side, right? And so paper, brushes, and colors. As you know, my palette is all mixed up. Like I use Da Vinci, I use Van Gogh, I use Daniel Smith. So I use QOR made by Golden. I use some M. Graham. So I build my palette over the period of time, and I just like whatever I like, I keep it in my palette. Whatever I don't like, I don't use that paint again. But whatever you see is all mixed by different companies, and different companies have their different own swatches. The phthalo blue from Winsor Newton is maybe different from Am Graham or Daniel Smith. So you need to see which colors are you comfortable with. So all right, let's start the painting. I will use this brush, mob brush, number 14, round brush, made by Fumui. I guess it's pronounced like Fumui. So, okay, let's start. I'm gonna go put some water in the sky. So this painting is not about the sky. So I'm not worried about too much about the sky. As you can see, the sky is very shallow, and it's not about this sky. So most likely, I'm not gonna work too much on the sky, and I'm more focused on this midground, and the foreground is the most. A 60% of the paint, 70% I would say, this painting is here in the foreground, right? A little bit in midground, attached with the midground and foreground. This is all the action is here. So this part is just helping this painting, right? And the background, the small village or whatever, the hills, whatever you do, right? So I will pick up some cerulean blue. I have a beautiful, no, sorry, Prussian blue, or yeah, Prussian blue. Actually, I'm gonna mix up with my gray color from previous class. Usually I use all the colors. I don't let it go waste unless I really need to, but I try to use these colors from the previous classes, right? Because it's good for the environment too, right? Okay, so I will put some phthalo blue in it, I mean Prussian blue, and get it a little bit, get some, sharpness in my color. I change the consistency. Let's put some French ultramarine also. I have this made by, this French ultramarine is made by Winsor Newton. So I'm using this Winsor Newton, and let's put this wash first on the sky. Let's get the clean brush. I need some dry brush marks, right, for the clouds. So I purposely left some. You can see that I didn't paint all the way down at the on the paper, so I just kept it a little bit up, and bring some. I left some white patches here at the horizon line, so I can use for any other reason. I left some white mark on the paper also, so I can use this for the clouds or whatever, right? If you want, you can do it. If you don't like it, you don't need to do. And I will get some cadmium orange mixed by the other colors I have. I'm not sure what color I had before. I put some cadmium yellow, cadmium orange, pale down the cadmium orange because cadmium orange is very intense cadmium orange I have. So now I'm going to put some here at the edge of this skyline, the horizon line, and get some warmth of the, and blend the colors like at the edge. Go quick so it will blend. See, that's how it works. If you wait and you're going slow, then it might be a creative patch on that on the paper. So here, done. I'm done with the sky. If I need to, if you think, okay, I need some more something on the sky, you can go get some French ultramarine, Prussian blue, and you can put another one, right, like on the top, but don't do too much because, like I said, we are not here for the sky, right? We are here. This painting is all about the foreground, right? Most of the stuff needs to be done in the foreground. All right. So I clean this water from the edge of this paper or tape, right? Why? Because sometimes the water get built up when the paper gets swollen. The paper, the water travel back into the tape, and it make a puddle here. So what it does, it make a cauliflower or make a build a beautiful texture, right? I would call that texture. People call it cauliflower, but I call it, it's a nice texture. It builds up here, right at the edge, and it create problem for you. If you cannot fix it, you can crop your painting. You can just cut it out and frame it. Put a, when you start putting a mat, you can just cover with a mat. Don't try to fix it. If you fix it, you try to fix it, it will be a challenge for you. So just to let you know. Okay. So I'm gonna grab some cadmium yellow, some sepia color. So I'm making my yellow ochre because I don't have the yellow ochre in the palette. You can mix your own color, it's not a problem. So I will mix, this is beautiful. A little bit cadmium orange, change the consistency of the wash. So I have this color here, put some water, and I will go and create this. I'm not working with the I'm not wetting the paper. I'm just working on the dry paper, so I can create some dry brush marks. All right, and there's some kind of a little bit shallow water in the middle, so I will try see if I can get that going also. But so far it's just disappearing because this painting is small paper, right? Size of paper, so it hard to keep everything in the small. Yes, if you're working on the big painting, then most likely you can keep that uh, small things in your painting. But once you're working on a small painting like this, then most likely you need to leave some stuff, right? You don't want to keep everything. So here I just leave some stream here, like just a small kind of a waterway or something. And although there's a waterway coming here, there may be another waterway here. So it is in the reference also. And I will use the same mix and my foreground. Again, dry, wet on dry because I need some dry brush marks here. All right. Let's go get some very pale type because I'm going to come back and energize this foreground more because I need to work on this foreground. Let's make some more yellow ochre type of color. Get some cadmium orange, sepia, and the cadmium yellow. I got a beautiful, nice, dark type of color, dark yellow ochre type of color, right? Here, let's get some. Let's put some here also. Create some more contrast on a painting. Let's put some here, there. That's a little bit. All right. So, all right, done. And I will go and put some Prussian blue in the water because water, although there is a water is white, right? Like you see the reflection of the sky, so I don't need to worry about too much putting a color or something right in the water. I can leave it as is, right? You can leave it as is, but a little bit is fine, like you just go put some here, create some dry brush marks because you need some sparkle. Keep your brush here and just go slowly. You just go slowly because you don't want to cover the other stuff because you want to paint that here. So I will go slowly, 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 and slowly but surely. Some part of the painting you don't want to work too fast because it can create a problem for you. Here, clean my brush, and I will come from here now instead of coming from there. So you need to see where you feel easy to bring the wash into the painting. So I have the space here. Instead of going from here, I can just put my brush here and just bring it down here. And I don't want to cover this person in a painting. So I will go just put a little bit around it. The brush has beautiful edge. I mean, like the tip as it's get wet, so I can work very fine work with this brush, and I can work with the big washes also. That's a good sign of the brushes, like the watercolor brushes actually. I'll call the watercolor brushes the good sign. And let's put some dark color on the edges, clean my brush, get some dry brush marks here behind this board. I will use some white color because there's too much detail here, so I'm not worried too much to keeping this white of the paper. A little bit here, there is fine. And because of the timing of the class also is only 1 hour, so I will just keep it a little bit. And I use that white color. Let's put some more here, there. Let's get some French ultramarine, phthalo blue mix, a little bit dark mix, create some more drama into the water. Since it's get wet, so a little bit ripples or something. Although it's very calm water, it's not a very choppy water because it's on the shoreline, so not worry about too much creating ripples or something. Okay. Keep the figures open because you don't want to paint on the figure. You need to keep them open. A little bit here at the edge of this person here. Use some tip of the brush. Create this beautiful mark of this point from the point of that brush. right? There you go. And a little bit here. I have my paint got dry and I see that here. I got some patch here, so I will bring some French ultramarine just to try to clean up that problem I created. And I will put some more dark color here, straight French ultramarine, and create some edge of this water, right? Just a little bit here. And a little dark here, a little bit water here. There you go. I think I don't want to do too much. It's kind of a little bit addiction. So you see that here I create some problem here. What happened when I was doing a second wash on this mid ground and some water because of the paper swelled up, right? It just go there, which is not a problem, right? I can fix it. But just to let you know, when you're working on that type of painting and you're working a little bit faster, you have to be a little bit careful, right? You don't want to go and create the problem for yourself. Sometimes the problem can be fixed, but sometimes the problem is just hard to fix. So you need to be a little bit careful with that type of painting, right? A small paper, a lot of details in the painting. So here I will put this brush back and I will bring this No.8 Fumui brush, synthetic watercolor brushes. I will mix some sepia color with my other mix, a little bit cadmium orange. So if you mix a sepia and a cadmium orange, you get a beautiful burnt sienna right there. So if you look at it, this is a beautiful burnt sienna color right there. If you want to more, change the consistency, and there you go. This is beautiful. You can create your own colors, right? You don't need to have the color. Just only is how you mix the color. If you don't, then you can create your own color. So this is the sepia color, which is very dark, right? This is the sepia, right? And then I will put some cadmium orange in it, and I turn the consistency of the sepia color, and I got a beautiful almost like a burnt sienna color. If I put more cadmium orange, it will turn into a beautiful like sepia color. You can change it. You can get a little bit gray color. If you put a little bit French ultramarine in it, it will turn into back to sepia again. You see, if I put more French ultramarine, and this color will go back to the sepia color. More French ultramarine, you get more dark, like a dark brown color. Let me show you here. This is how you change, use the color. Some people, they don't understand how you work with the color. So that's how you work. See, I change it sepia to burnt sienna, and then I put more French ultramarine in it, and it comes back to the sepia color again. So that's how you change it, make it, break it. Learn how to mix color on your own, not just relying on what is being offered by the manufacturer, right? Just learn how to mix color. Let me just put on the here. All right, and nice. See the granulation building up, a beautiful granulation. A lot of people they after for that type of texture, and see it happens automatically. I put some French ultramarine because French ultramarine is very transparent color. The cadmium orange I use is more opaque. Sepia is kind of in middle, not opaque, not transparent. So that what happened when you mix these type of colors and get a nice granulation. Okay, let's come to the topic. And now I will go work on this some jewelry work and there. Now this painting will start with a smaller detail. Big first wash is done. The first wash is the most important. If you don't do the first wash right, then it'll be a little bit challenge for you, right? So you just be careful when you're working on the first wash, right? Let's go work with this beautiful background, and let's move my paper out of here. Let's get this done. Let's put masses or something, you know, just for the composition point of view. Create some hills or whatever you want to do. Just random stuff, some random energy marks. Create something in the background so it will give you a sense of atmospheric perspective. Let's put some cadmium orange straight from the tube, like a roof or something. There's if there's a houses in the back, right? Not too much. You don't want to do too much. You don't want to do too less. So depends what type of painting you want to paint. So I will make these like a hills because it's I create a problem. So I will make this like a hills a little bit, right? Put some, drop some cadmium orange, change the consistency of the sepia color, the dark brown color, and yeah, let's make some. Let's just put some boats here. You know, like there's a small boat, just more interest. I don't want to do too much, but let's put some boats here in on the background. Here, there. Let's get this here. Got some French ultramarine straight from the tube because you don't want to put some brown color. You can just bring some purple, something, you know, like different type of color. So it create a beautiful atmospheric perspective. And you don't want to use just a brown color all the time. Create more interest in your painting by introducing more different type of color, right? I put some marks with the dry, with a little bit dark color. Drop it, create some light, create some volume, create some depth into your painting. And I guess that's it. I don't want to do too much because we don't have enough time. And let's put some cadmium red here with a little bit flag to the board. And let's put some red here. I guess that's it. I don't want to do too much. And let's get some Prussian blue and do this the little bit the waterway, right? And just put a little bit color here. I can delete it later on if you don't like something in your painting, you can delete it. It's not a problem because it's a very light color. You can override with the dark color, but I wouldn't recommend to do that. Okay, so here I think the background pretty much done. It's so much fun to work in this type of backgrounds. Very loose, very beautiful, different colors, you know, like it relaxes you so much, the doodling when you do. I think I will just leave it because I can't leave this portion of the painting. So much fun to work that type of work. All right, let's come to the board, and I will keep the board. Maybe these boards, I'll keep it a little bit brown or yellow, whatever color you like. So let's keep this here. Let's create this a little bit, not too much because I don't want to work too much on these boards. So I will go a little bit quicker here because these boards are just there for helping my composition. That's it. It's not nothing else. So I will just leave it like this. Put some cadmium orange and maybe a little bit mass here. And then I will come carefully with this. board, I will put a red color, the cadmium orange with a little bit dry brush marks, right? So I can create the light because I'm assuming the light is coming from this side, right? So let's put some cadmium orange mixed with my cadmium yellow. Get some sepia color straight from the tube, mix it up. If you want more grayish color, you can mix it up with the, and put a little bit here, so create some light, right? And here, in the middle, I will keep this side dark because the light is coming from here, right? So I will keep this cavity of the board, this side, a little bit darker. And let's get some like a yellow ochre type. Let's use this Naples yellow I have. Change the consistency of the this color here. That So it's all about the doodling basically. This part of the painting, you just work with the small brushes. You can pick up, if you're not comfortable with this type of brush, you can pick up another brush which is more be comfortable with that. The small brush, you can do that also. It's up to you. I have this as a number 8. I'm using, I can work with the number 14 also, not a problem. Number 14, the good thing is you don't need to go back and forth, and number 14 will allow you to go long way. The smaller the brush, the more you go back and forth. So that's what happened with a smaller brush. But bigger brush will allow you to go for a long way because they retain more water in it, right? Let's get some a little bit underneath that board, some French ultramarine. Be careful because this is the important part of your painting. You don't want to work, you don't want to create a problem here. So, and I will get some cadmium orange and tone it down, create the shadow of this board in the water. A bit these masses here, mask one here. All right, now I'll grab some Prussian blue, put it here at the edge more so I can get a little bit more depth, right, into the this board. You know what, let's grab my other brush. There's too much, actually it's too much on my hand too. And let's get some gray color, French ultramarine. Get some beautiful mix, lot of gray color, because always I tell, like, mix enough gray so you don't need to go back and forth, right? You just go have enough so you can go a long way. You don't need to mix over and over. Here, let's get some. I think that's enough. Let's put some dark color here, although the light is coming from here. So let's create some drama, some excitement here. Make this darker because the light is coming from here. So half of the whatever the piece here, it like a dark, and half is a little bit light. So that's how you create the light, right? All right, let's go create this light effect here. Get this, the canopy, actually it's a canopy, and I will erect this the cloth or something on this painting. I purposely put it, actually I'll show you what to do, right? So here, let's get some more cadmium orange, and I will create some light. Go here, and because the light is coming from here and the board is curved, right? So you need to be uh, a little bit, careful when you do that type of painting. You need to create the light. So light is coming from here, and you create this part of the board will be lit up, and this part of the board will be darker. So that's how it works. And now I'll grab some very sepia color from the strain, and I put in the at the trim of this board, little bit, not too much. You don't want to do too much, otherwise it'll be a problem for you, right? Yeah, I'll get rid of this. Now I'll grab some cadmium yellow, and I will put in the cavity of this board to create more excitement, more, drama to, painting. And this rafter, or I don't know I forgot the name of it. It's called the rudder. The rudder is needs to be explained here. Right, and some these masses I will put a little bit dark color, create more reflection in the water. Okay, so let's move on to this board now. I will go because we don't have a time. We have only 20 minutes left. Now I will work on this board. Put a gray color. You can use a sepia color. It's a very dark board, right? So I would just go create that the sepia color, and the person is leaning on this board. He's just leaning with one hand. I will be careful with here, and I will create this dry brush mark, right? Create some little dry brush marks here, right? More sepia color, more dark, very dark gray color. I never use black color in my painting. Try to avoid the black color. It doesn't look very good. And this motor here, he's working on I think they're working on the motor or something. Let's do some doodling here. Create something, right? Create something that we can explain like what's going on here. And then I will use some cadmium yellow and put in the cavity of this bone. A little bit dry brush mark. More cadmium yellow. A little bit here, there. A little bit rusty type of color in the mortar. Let's get this Naples yellow in use because I seldomly use. I use in a portraiture when I'm working in a portrait. I use this Naples yellow in a portrait. Let's get some here, and let's put some in the person's face also. Okay. So done. I guess most of the painting is coming good, and let's put some a little bit more dark color at the edge of this water. And okay, so far so good. Let's create this figure quickly. Where's my reference? I lost my reference basically. Let's go. Actually, here I have my reference here. Okay, so let's work on these figures. Got some gray color, and I'm not gonna put any color because class we don't have time, so I can use some colors also, but we're just gonna use the white of the paper. He's in the water, so I will keep his legs and in the water, create some reflection in the water, and this arm casting a shadow, so I will put a little bit cast shadow here, and here I will cast some shadow because of the bone is casting a shadow on his body and the clothes, and this will be dark. This part will be darker, and this part will be a little bit dark also because of the light. Actually, let's get some sepia color put in his head, so he's looking at the other side. So this is his back, so I will go put some dark color here, a little bit dark here, so I can create some more depth, more volume into my painting. You don't want to do too much. Actually, if you do too much, then it will be you will be stuck at one place. Just go get out, because the watercolor sometimes work by itself. You don't need to push too much, and watercolor is a medium that if you overwork, it will show right away. So you just work, you finish one place and just move on, and let's take care of the other portion of your painting. When you finish, then you can come back and do the other part. So here, this person here, a little bit dark, his hair are dark. I'll put this his arm coming, cast some shadow, and he's casting some shadow here, right? So let's use, you know what, let's put some green color, because this boat has some green color. So let's bring some other colors also. It's kind of a little bit boring. So I would put a little bit green color here, there, inside the boat. A little bit here. Let's put a mask here, something going on. And a little bit more cadmium yellow, and I will create some light on his clothing also, because he's leaning down, so most of the his figure is been blocked by the light. And here is something the engine or the motor is creating a little bit dark value, so I can help this person look more, like although you see that boat was here, so that boat was helping earlier, but now the boat, I moved the boat, so I need to get this his person figure more visible. So I will go grab some Prussian blue. I can use some water, like, so I need to get this person more visible, right? And so I will just put a little bit careful. You don't want to do too much, otherwise it'll be a problem. See that I create the problem for myself? Not a problem. Let's go slowly, and there you go. So I will go, I'm not going to touch this because I already created a little bit problem, so I will just go leave it. Put some dark sepia color, very straight from the tubes. I'm not putting any water or something, because I need to create more depth into my painting. It's working into this boat. Let's put some dark color here, create a control more light. Get some guiding lines, because I need to show what type of the shape of the board. So I will put some dark value here, right? And then once you do this type of stuff, like you put a line here, and then you explain that what type of shape of the board is. If this is, and there's nothing else to explain, right? Or no light, no shadow. So what do? You just go put some like lines, and it create a called guiding lines. So I hope I explained so many times. So here, let's get some more contrast here on his clothing. Put some on his hair, a little bit dark value, and let's put a mask here, because I made a little bit. I create a problem, but I could fix it, not a problem. And then in the water, I will create some shadow here, like this boat shadow, and I will do with this my French ultramarine, because it's a very shallow shadow in the water, right? So I will go put, I don't want to do too much, because I need to keep this the water edge also, right? And here, be careful. Put some more French ultramarine at the edge. Just put a little bit, and it works by itself. You don't need to push too much, right? And it will turn into it will bleed into the water, and it create. a nice shadow here. You don't need to block everything. Don't block everything because otherwise it'll be, this is the edge of the water, right? So you just go a little bit, not too much, and then you create a little bit like a foam or something, right? And I will go extend this dry brush mark here. All right, let's go use the white color, and I'm gonna grab the more thinner brush, which is a number 4, and we'll do this the white, the cloth, and we need this white color help here. Let's get this. How much time we have? Oh, we have only 13 minutes left. So I will put this cloth here with the white color hanging a little bit more. Actually, I did a little bit too much, but it's fine. And I will use this white color at the edge of these posts. So create a light, a little bit here, not too much. You don't want to do too much, right? Otherwise it can be a problem for you. And here also I will put a little bit white here, this and this, a little bit here, there, since it's in my, and I will go put some little bit, you know, get a white here also. We dry brush marks on the edge of this water, create some foamy effect. Here also, here, there, a little bit here. Since it's in my brush, right, I can create some sparkle. All right, so I guess this is almost, I'll keep this open, my white color. And I'm going to go energize this board again because this board is look too dull. And I will put in, I will glaze it. I will glaze it, put another wash here. And this is the cavity of the board is too dark. I will put some white at the edge so it will tone down. It's too much. And a little bit white here, my white color. So see that it's too dark here at the edge, right? So I will get some white color so it will tone down a little bit. Not too much. You don't want to do too much, otherwise it'll be a problem, right? A little bit edge here, because these are all exposed to the light, so I can use this white color here, there. And this mask here on the board, we're going to do this. Let's do these, maybe some rope here, there. Let's create some more interest in the painting. Let's do this mask. So you need to go a little bit. I have to turn my hand and go like that. I don't want to go too much. Just this much is fine. Otherwise, it will be a problem. And there's a rope here. I will hang some ropes here, there. Let's get some cadmium orange. Right. And now I will go grab the little bit gray color, and I will put the edge of this cloth, right? So I can create a little bit more volume into the cloth, and I will put some lines so it has a like a texture line or pattern or something. So I will put some lines here to create more volume into this. Although I shouldn't work on the wet into wet, but it's fine. I can. We don't have time, right? So I can create this with the a little bit more, and here I'll just create more light here. A bit here. Let's put some orange color here on the water. A little bit more. This person. You don't want to delete this figure. A bit edge. There's some dark color at the edge. Create some more. And we can use some lemon yellow also to create the little bit more greenish type of water here. If you want, it's up to you. You can create some more interest in your painting by just bring some green lemon yellow into the painting and get some little bit green color on the shoreline. If you want, it's up to you. I'm just glazing it. I'm not doing a full wash here. All right, so that's it. I think I should stop here. Let's get some cadmium yellow. Get some little bit cadmium yellow so I can create the color of this person clothes. Here also a little bit cadmium yellow extension to the dark color. So what happened? We turn into dark, and when you put a little bit cadmium yellow at the edge, so it shows the what color of the cloth because it's a kind of in the middle, right? This is more like a cross shadow or something, and then when the light exposes more to the object, it create a little bit like a it kind of get overexposed, so it will create a little bit white color here, although it is yellow, but because it's too much light coming, so it create a little bit yellow color on his on a clothes, right? Although the color of the clothes is right here in the middle, right? And you can do that also with this person. A little bit yellow, put it here, there, create more interest, more drama into your painting. Maybe you can put some cadmium yellow here, energize this board more. Smudge it a little bit, this part. And if you have time, right, you can just keep going and going. And let's do some with the water stream, put a little bit dark value at the edge. How much time we have? Okay, we have 7 minutes, not a problem. And I will put some dark value, so create the light in the water also. Is blocking the light at the other edge. Now I will go grab some sepia color, put in my cadmium orange mix, a little bit cadmium yellow, and I will put a little bit dark color at the edge of this water so I can create the little bit volume on this edge of this water. It's create like a little bit you know inside the water or something. There you go. That's how you explain. So basically what happened if I go get the dark color. So let's do it here. Actually, this surface is coming. Let me just go a little bit light so I can erase it. So this surface is coming like this, and then it comes here. So this is what you can explain just by putting a dark color, and it will explain right away. And then you go put some soften it out. It feel like this surface is coming here straight, and then it goes down. So that's how you explain certain things in your painting without, if you, some people, they don't understand how to create that type of effect. So it more, then the painting look like more flat instead of more, uneven surface. So you should do that if you want to create an uneven surface somewhere. Like, see, I put more dark value and create more kind of a uneven surface here, like just like an edge, or not just a straight in the water. It has a little bit curve into coming into the water. Okay. So let's get this little bit flags here there. I think we have finished the painting, almost done. Let's put a beautiful red flags in there, orange, whatever you have, you can put it, and just put some stuff here there, like maybe a red something sitting inside the bone, or maybe you can grab some green color, you can put some net or something in the boat just bring some more, kind of a little bit boring. So you can do this also. Let's say you put a too dark color, you can tone it down. You can put some white color at the edge, create some light, maybe a net or something sitting in a or you can just go grab some white color, or on the dark side you can like put a number or something, but now it's wet, right? I cannot put, so the surface needs to be dry. I can go grab some cadmium orange and let's create some beautiful texture with the white color. It works really good actually. And I put some more red orange color, and let's put some orange color in the water also, the shadow. All right, so that's it, the painting, today's painting. And now you can go, if you have time, you can mix your gray color. You can put some birds, seagulls or something, like a little bit, not too much. You can go just a one mark here and there. Let me show you. So if you want to put a seagull, you just go with the brush, and that's it. That's what you need to do. You don't need to be very precise. Just go like this, and that's it. That's all you need. Okay, let's put some birds here, make painting look more busy, create some atmospheric perspective. Go, let's get some dark value here since we have time. Clean it up a little bit more here and there. Get some. Whenever you work on a small dark a dark color, you need to be a little bit careful. You don't want to put a too dark color, because once you put a too dark color, it's easy to control that dark color, right? Light color can be clean, can be added, but the dark color is kind of a little bit become a challenge sometimes. Right here. Okay, what else? Let's get some cadmium orange also, because this boat is like very empty. So I will put some cadmium orange also here also. This here is already orange, so you don't want it. But here, let's say some colors are lacking, and you think, okay, let's put a flag here or something. You can add some, and then I can put this person's face also with the cadmium orange, and here, not too much. You don't want to do too much actually. Yeah, lift the color if you think you put too much. The hand. And a little bit, I have a dark color in my palette, so I can just create some more light here, create some more depth. I delete that dark mark, right, by putting in stuff. You can do that also. And let's put some dark value here because it's dry now, right? So I'll go, let's a little bit more, smudge it out, and that's it. I think I wouldn't do too much, otherwise it'll be this painting keep going and going. You can do so much with this painting, but you want to stop somewhere, right? You can't just have a painting all day long. Now the last thing I will do, then I will close the class. Let's do the harness here at the edge of the water, and I will go put the rope here, harness these boards with the ropes, right here, another harness here. That works beautiful. If you can handle, create the shadow of the rope. Get some straight from the tube. Get a very dark color mixed with the gray color, very dark gray color, and let's put the ropes here. Maybe here. Let's put some here. I don't like this. Let's get this out of here. Okay, so I think I will go and a little bit. One more thing. Get the shadow here on this board a little bit of the rope. and it's on the ground also. So once it gets in the water, it'll disappear and it will get some, but not as sharp as it in the ground, right? Now I will go grab some the Scotter brush as I introduced, and I have some color left right in my palette, so I would just might as well use it. I will keep the paper. You don't want to go onto your painting. You go put it here, right? Just put it here. Grab water, and then you do the spatter right here on this shoreline. You don't want to do too much because otherwise it will be too much, right? So see, I put too much. I will lift some color because I don't want this too much spatter. A little bit is fine, right? And there you go. So you have some texture on the shoreline, on the on your foreground. Let's get this. It's kind of a little bit distraction. Let me take this off. Take this off here. Okay, we're gonna reveal the painting. I'm gonna go talk a little bit, and then we're gonna untape the painting so you can see what painting looks like when you peel it, right? So this is the painting. Let's go on to the full screen. Let me turn off this uh, painting, the reference photo. All right, there you go, gone. And let's keep painting in a focus. So here, figures. You can see that figures here. That's a nice work here, you know. So that's how you create a small type of work, right? Control the light on the clothing and put a small stuff here and there. You don't need to explain too much. And then this board has a shadow in the water because it's sitting in the middle. And I put some white color, create some cloth, put some green color. So these boards are just helping. It took me like I think 10 seconds to create these boards. You don't need to explain too much, right? And then the atmospheric perspective, you can see is nothing. It's just a doodling, right? It create a little bit board here, some white stuff. I left it with the dry brush marks here. Some birds here. I put some birds here, there, and a spatter and the ropes in the on the foreground, right? With the brush. So the light is the most important part, right? The light, you need to control the light. So what happened with painting is how you compose your painting, right? Simplify the sky, the reference photo, and you work with the simplify your painting and what is the in focus. Is this sky in focus? Is it in midground, or you have working on the foreground? So this painting was all about the foreground. Is everything else in the painting, the background, the midground is all helping. See the water, because I create some light. I didn't put a white color here on this figures, although I put some white color here, right? So here I kept it. It looks really good. The white of the paper you cannot replace with the white color. So if you can keep it, that would be perfect, you know. And then I spatter on the foreground, and yeah, the painting simple, not very complicated painting. Now you can go, if you want, you can go put some, if you have time, you can put some birds here. You can go grab some white color, and you can put some seagulls here on this the part of the painting, like here, there. Just you don't need to explain too much, right? Just put it here. Maybe put one here. So it keep going. You need to stop somewhere, right? You need to stop, and then you create the shadow because the light is coming from here. Put some here and create some shadow on their body, right? Like that. There you go. So anytime you put a white something, let's say if I put a harness here, right? And then you create the shadow. That's what it creates illusion, like where the light is coming from. So you can put some more stuff here, but I wouldn't recommend. Otherwise, this painting will be more busy and busier. So you need to stop at some point and end the painting. All right, let's reveal. Let's get the tape off, and then I will end the class because it's already 5 minutes after. So here, tape is off. It's the inauguration of the painting here. So when you are more trained in washes and sketching and drawing, that you can create that type of painting in very short amount of time, right? So create paintings and frame it. I would always recommend frame it. So frame makes a painting much better than. Let's get the board off so we can see the painting. There you go. The black background works really good. So this is the today's painting, and let's get zoom in a little bit more. Let me get this palette off from here so we can have our painting more visible. Sorry about that for the mess. There you go. I can put so much in the picture. There you go. So, okay, thank you so much for being here, and hopefully you learned something from today painting, the reflection, the figures, how to control the light, how to simplify painting, how to create atmospheric perspective, but just doodling and other stuff helping this portion of the painting. So make sure you understand everything before you start your painting. All right. So I'll see you next week in the next video, and hopefully uh, we're gonna get some good weather because Toronto has an overcast sky and raining from yesterday, which is not bad. So anyway, I'll see you next week, and thank you so much for being here. And please subscribe the channel if you don't subscribe it yet. Give this channel to the friends so it can help me help the channel, so we can have more videos, more classes in this platform. Maybe I'm thinking Friday I will start uh, putting another class for the acrylic also. All right. So I'll see you next week.